Welcome back to Wave of Docker. Got another series preview for you. Orioles take on the Cincinnati Reds in Cincinnati. Got the right retainer in. From May 3rd to May 5th. Friday, May 3rd, Sunday, May 5th. 3-game set. Let's get into it. First game, Cole Irvin versus Hunter Green. Cole Irvin. Very impressed with what he's been able to do recently. 14 2/3 innings of shutty ball, which is super impressive. Able to maintain his rotation spot with Grayson's shoulder inflammation injury. So that's cool. Moving Albert Suarez to the bullpen. John Means and Kyle Bradish back into the rotation. But yeah, I mean, Irvin's been doing some great stuff. I think he went, 7 innings last game? And then he went 5 2/3 shutty the game before that. And then he went a few innings of his previous start shutty. He's just been doing awesome stuff. After a really rough start, he's cut his 2 games in, he's cut that ERA in half at this point, which is just super impressive. I'm super impressed with what he's been able to do, and I'm just very happy with him. So, Cole Irvin, thank you. You've been doing some great stuff, and it helps to have, a lefty. And now we have 2 lefties in the rotation, but it helps to have, a lefty at the back end of our rotation who can still, deal for us. Hunter Green, starter for the Reds. He's gone 6+ innings in 4 of his 6 starts, which is just super impressive for such a young guy that is a bit of a flamethrower. I think he's top 5 in average fastball velocity. So, I mean, he's throwing 100 really consistently. That's his go-to pitch. That's the big thing about him when, he was being as a prospect. So being able to go 6+ in 4 of his 6 starts is super impressive. Coming off of 7 innings of 1-hit ball against the Texas Rangers. 1-hit shutty ball, might I add. He's sitting at a 3.63 ERA over 34 2/3 innings. This Reds rotation is actually pretty impressive. Which is cool. I'm happy for them, even though they were talking about a smack last year when they were in Baltimore, because Elly De La Cruz was, next big thing. And, he's doing some good stuff right now, but I'm still taking Gunner 10 times out of 10. But, yeah, I mean, Hunter Green's doing some good stuff right now. Game 2, John Means versus Andrew Abbott. First start for Means, really not much to say. He's looked good in Norfolk. That's why he's back. Like I said, nice to have another lefty in the rotation. He looked fantastic, I think. His latter 2 or 3 starts of the season last year, he had that 7 innings of no hit ball, but he was still in the pitch limit. So they're all right, get out of here. But I mean, I'm just happy to have Meansy back. A guy that's been with us for so long, through the no-hitter in 2021, dealing with some injuries, but now he's finally back. So I'm glad to have him back, especially with the rotation that we have now. Granted, Grayson is out, but I mean, Burns, Bradish, Means, Kramer, Irvin. That's pretty damn good. I'm really happy with our rotation right now. So it's nice to have Meansy back within that group. Andrew Abbott. Let's see here. 7 start for Abbott. 3 2/7 ERA over 33 innings. Struck out 27 batters. Just been a solid pitcher so far. I think this is his 3rd season. He started off really hot for them in 2022. He had 20 or so innings, I think, of shutty baseball to start his career, which is really impressive. Coming out of UVA, blue, white, orange, wahoo wah. So, cool to have a Cavalier pitching so well in the majors. But I mean, yeah, he's been doing some good stuff. Like I said, this Reds rotation, relatively formidable. So, yeah, I mean, just a solid arm for them. Game 3, Dean the Mean Kramer versus Nick Lodolo. Dean Kramer, my ace. I'm taking him over anybody. Corbin Burns is great, but I love Dean Kramer. He's just been doing some great stuff. Like I said, I mean, or not, I haven't said this yet, but he's had 3 straight fantastic starts after that blow-up start against Milwaukee, where he gave up 6 earned runs. Coming off of 7 innings of 4-hit baseball, only allowing 2 earned runs. He is Juan Soto's father, so, jot that down as well. But, I mean, yeah, he's the best. ERA is slowly creeping down. He's gone over 7 innings twice so far this year, which is the most out of any Orioles pitcher so far. He just doesn't. Granted, he's at the point in his, tenure with the Orioles where we have better pitching, where it's he's our 4th or 5th guy. But, I mean, he's one of the better 4th or 5th guys, I think, in the entire league. You could argue that he's a 1 or 2 guy on, half of the teams in the association. I feel like you could argue that. I don't know. Dean Kramer, he just goes out and shoves every time. And, you never see him, I don't know. I feel like he's... I love Dean Kramer. I've openly expressed that a million times. He's my favorite Oriole player. I just feel like he just has it. He just has such a demeanor about him that he just goes out and just does his job, and it's just so right. I love Dean. But yeah, coming off a 7 innings, a 2-hit ball or 2-run ball, I believe in Dean no matter what. He's my guy. And then Nick Lodolo. Should start for Lodolo. 3-0 with a 1.88 ERA. Over 24 innings. He's gone 5+ innings in all 4 of his starts thus far. Only 26 years old. Like I said, this Reds rotation, it's interesting. A lot of these young teams, they're getting good rotations, which is, good for them. But they're getting their pitching has been really solid. Like the Athletics have that really good back of the bullpen, for a younger, poorly managed team. Like I feel like a lot of these young teams, they're getting these rotations built up for like the next era of powerhouses. So it's just cool to see, as a fan of a team that was in the pits in 2019, 2018, 2020. 2021. It's just really cool to see, a lot of teams, start to build up just as we have. So, maybe we'll see Oakland or Cincinnati win their division sometime in the next few years. Oakland's only 2.5 games back, but this is about Cincinnati. Like I said, their rotation is relatively formidable, but I like our guys. As for the Orioles offense, taking 3 out of 4 against New York is fantastic. It's early in the season. Division isn't won in April, but, those 3 games are going to, start to matter come September when, maybe we're neck and neck in the division race. Offense was a little stagnant this series. Besides, that Game 4 7-2 win. But, Gunnar and Cowser are kind of skidding a little bit. No, I wouldn't say skidding, just, bit of a series slump. Gunnar had that leadoff home run in Game 1, but besides that, he didn't really do that much besides a few hits. Cowser had a few hits, but, he's striking out a lot. But it helps, our lineup is so deep that all those guys may not be hitting. The back end of our lineup is hitting. Like McCann and Mateo are getting, big hits. Westberg is still hitting a bunch. Adley's getting on base and hitting a bunch. McKenna had a home run. Mounties had a great series. Like, it's just, it's such a great thing to have such a deep lineup. Like, we had, our guys, Gunnar and Cowser starting off hot and still, having fantastic seasons. But when they may have a bad, 3 to 4 game stretch, that's just time for, Mateo, Westy, the other guys to step up. Like, it's such like a good seesaw that we have right now. And we're a good baseball team. And I'm just so thankful to have that, as an Orioles fan. So, go O's. Let's take down the Cincy Reds in Cincinnati. Let's go. 2011, first place in the AL East. Good times in Baltimore. Peace out. Go O's. See you in the next one.